What is up, everybody? It is Wednesday, hump day on the week here, and I have plenty of things to look at. I'm a little upset with myself because I didn't give myself enough time to chart everything, because today we got a pretty decent amount of gap stocks. You can just tell just by looking at down here. I mean, I got 5 of them that I like. Looks like, since I haven't been looking at it though and charting the other stuff, some more popped up. So there is plenty to look at today. Let's see, some airline. But happy with what I got, because there's definitely going to be plenty to watch for the entire day here. I'm not looking at all of the FANG stocks. I'm just I only have 9 charts on my screen, so I got to pick and choose which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to get rid of. At least for the time being. At some point I'll definitely figure out which of these gap stocks are going to be useless and which ones I'll keep on. I'll just trade it out as I do. Plus, I also have... I have a new thing that I'm doing. I introduced this into my analysis, and I'll have to go over that later. But I just saw a video from SMB's Merritt Blackett. It's not the first video that I've ever seen from him, but for some reason something just clicked last night, and I was like, I want that. So I just tried to recreate it as best as I could. I got it close, closer than I thought I would be able to do it. But a little bit more tweaking to do, but overall I think it's going to be pretty helpful. We'll just have to see how things play out, but for the most part it just gives me more support and resistance levels to pay attention to. So FISV gapping down. I would like to see it pop above this 90 and get stuffed again. Platform seems a little laggy at the moment. Alright, well, we got it. We got that push higher. Risking $100. I probably only lose 25. I think I'll go... I think I might have to go 250 here. Candle's about to close. So far we're looking pretty good here. I'm gonna try and get in. I'll do that. Goldman Sachs looks good. Just broke out higher. Just got a perfect shooting star doji on that first candle. God, look at that. That's massive. That's the only one that I wasn't looking at. That's pretty much doing the same thing. So that FISV stock bought out this FDC, and it looks like they're pretty synced up here at the moment. MBOT in play again, acting pretty strong. Apple with a dollar move in the first minute here. Yeah, FTC is almost the opposite. It ticked underneath all this and got bought back up, so that's a pretty strong case. Might like an opening range break, depending on what it forms here. Yeah, no gap and goes, but plenty of opening range cases here. I'll wait a couple minutes. It's going to be running into a little bit of trouble up here. Clear pre-market resistance. good volume too in the pre-market. I mean, there's plenty of cases that pre-market should act as good resistance. Tons of volume on these two stocks. Wow. They're pretty green. Bank stock's very green. That ain't looking good enough. The FII is gapping down pretty big here, but I really like the way this thing is setting up. Big green candle spike here, low volume pullback. It's a really low volume for the open. But if something crazy happens and I can see it on the tape before it comes in, maybe we can get a ton of volume. Definitely only about 50 cents of risk here. So yeah, 250. That's kind of what I'm hoping to see. Just a little bit more than that. See what happens on this candle. 21's not anything significant. It's making a push for it. I like this. I'm gonna try and get in here. I'm in. I've got to give it till 40, so hopefully we start turning around here. Got filled at 09. Buyer stepped up there. Just changes to straight to a stop. I don't want the spread to kill me. Looking for about 50 cents here. Shouldn't have an issue reaching it. Just might take a little bit. We got great volume so far. Liking what I'm seeing. Close. Saw 40 something there. Alright, there's no reason to let this go much further against me here. I'll give it till about 80. See if 21 can hold if it does pull back. So far this is great. Seeing a lot of volume up here, but the spread tightened. Don't like that too much. I'm gonna take it off here. Really good volume. Next 50, we'll just have to see what happens with it. Alright, FASV just lost it. You know, even though this is low volume, it's just, it was clear. I mean, it's a clear winner from the beginner. I mean, every trade, ideally, I would want to look like that. But especially considering these opening plays. I mean, this thing is down 21%, so I mean, that is quite the overreaction. It could very well just recover most of this for the entire day. Let's see how it develops. Still great volume. I'd like to give it a stop loss for just a break underneath the previous candle's low, but at the same time I still want to give it some space to at least get some kind of pullback. If not, I think just taking it off at 22 would be an alright spot too. Nothing else is really setting up right now. Bob was really weak. Bob was very weak relative to everything else. So now we got a low 52. We got a hanging man here on really good volume too. That kind of worries me. If we can't break out to a new high and hold it, could be in trouble for the end of this. So far, this is just a ridiculous move. It's gonna take more. And of all stocks that I would never have imagined are in play today, Bank of America is in play with a whopping range of 30 cents so far. UAL's a little ugly. TLRY not doing anything. Look at that volume. That's crazy. Goldman Sachs. Okay, I need to put a stop. What looks like might be 75. Yeah, we just got a big old red candle there. Okay, so I will get out if it starts turning down here. If not, I want to get out at 21. I think I'm just going to leave that stop in because Goldman Sachs is doing something here. Just pulled back, broke underneath this range, got bought back up. This should be the moment that it moves, if it's gonna move. But I missed my chance for a smart entry. At least 187. See if it wants to hold again. If it wants to hold again, I can probably get about 200 shares here. It's not ideal looking. Just look at that volume on that green turn up there. Plus coming back up, the volume just wasn't that great. Something's going on here. Might be a short actually if it does break higher out of this range. I don't know if I like it too much for long. Low volume on that pullback too. If he did go higher. Wow. That was it, I guess. I don't know. Because the yesterday Netflix trade that I took on, it had almost this exact same pattern. It had this run up, but much better volume. But I don't know. I guess consolidated, faked going lower. Lower volume again, just was waiting for it, so. There might have been a decent trade there. Wow, we're just still moving, just straight up. I'm just gonna take it. That's just quite the move. JWN has something here. Really low volume as we're getting above VWAP. Pushed higher again. Clear trouble at 44. I'm wondering if the short would be a break above 44 here. SPY is just ripping higher. I mean, it's just really low volume up here. It had decent volume coming back up, reclaiming VWAP. Low volume pullback, low volume pullback. It might want to move higher here. I think I need to see what happens up at 44. Oh, the SPY. The SPY just had a massive candle too. I'm sure that's what's causing this. I don't know. This kind of just confirms that it wants to move higher to me. I think I'm getting distracted by the moving averages. I don't know. It could go either way, I think. I don't think there's a good trade in one way or the other, honestly. It's a low volume pullback, so it makes sense that after that volume it would want to move a little higher. But, I don't know. So that's new. That's new. Goldman Sachs was great, jeez. Netflix just kind of failed here. Going right back to this level again. Big red candle, but not any significant volume on it. Again, it's just kind of in a weird spot. Good volume on this down move too. I don't think I'm looking for a short here though. Higher time frame moving averages are all underneath us. Yeah, it's great volume though. I mean, the SPY is just very strong right now. I don't think... No, Netflix would be a bad short. I should not look to short Netflix. BABA, however, coming back decent relative volume. There might be a trade in here. 25. I like the way it looks. Just kind of come back to view app, consolidating a little bit under. We got a big engulfing candle on the 5 minute that's about to close right now. I think I like this for a long. We'll see what happens if it can get back down to a little closer to view app here. Probably get about 400 too. Matters right now. I think there might be a hidden seller right here. I haven't seen anything yet. Haven't seen a reason. Alright, we got above, I'm taking it. Just looking for a break of this range and I'll start taking some off. Good volume on that pullback up there. Need to see some more movement here. Above 55 is what I'm looking for. Close. Close. So far it's great volume. Just need to get that break. Here we go. Take a little bit. I expect to see a break right here. Take a little bit more. And so far it's really not that great, but it's good volume. Might just be taking a little bit to move. I wanted to see some faster moves than that though. I'll keep my stop loss for now, just because I don't think I have a reason not to. Anything in the 70s, take another 100. Spread's widening, so that's good. I'm just waiting for the bid to step up. Flash 70. There's no reason to lose money here. I can't say that. It just hasn't developed enough yet. I mean, the volume looks pretty good on the initial break. I think the question is, do I want to wait for a pullback? Because I would be in a little bit of a drawdown doing that. But at some point it just wouldn't make sense to do that anymore. That's good. Clear buying up here. Still got 100. We're entering towards high day territory here, so I'll take another 50 if we end up breaking it. At this rate, we might. Kitty. Easy, kitty. Nice little break there. Really good little break there. I'll piggyback off of that. So still got 50 shares left. We'll see what happens with it. Yeah, Netflix was a great short. It pulled back to view app and ended up losing it. I don't care though. It wasn't ideal for me. I'll wait for the pullback now because we still got plenty of chances for this to keep moving. God, that's a big red candle there. See what happens. Yeah, JWN did go higher. Never trade TLRY anyway. Any trade I ever see on TLRY, it's always a short, but I can never short it. I don't think Lightspeed has shares too short. Bob not looking too great now. Look at that volume. Maybe that's is that an attempt to move higher, or is that just pullback volume? I guess we'll see. Video took off. Alright, we are in weird market territory at the moment. It's almost 30 minutes in, and I don't think any of the FANG stocks are following the SPY right now. The SPY is absolutely doing its own thing. Alright, I lied. Maybe a little bit BABA. BABA's probably actually the only one that seems to be following it here. So let's see. We topped out at 953, but SPY was pulling back at 953. I mean, there wasn't... Okay, clear stop loss here, under 56. Just have it in. That's me. What's happening? Nobody's taking it. There it is. Not a bad trade. I'd take that. Still might want to move higher. I mean, this is crazy low volume. I would consider this low volume pullback here. But just what it's doing, I don't like it. If VWAP was here, that makes the trade a little more enticing, but it's got a ways to go to come to VWAP, and it's got to do it sooner rather than later. And then second off, it shouldn't come back at all if it was actually a good winner. But I think that's all I got for now. Okay, I think there might be something that I like in FTC here. I can't quite make up my mind. Came back, week open, Came back using the volume, spiked above on pretty good volume here, getting back underneath. Just attempted twice to get back above VWAP and it failed. I might have missed my shot here. I was taking a lot of shares there at 50. And that's not really that good of a sign, because we just broke underneath this range, and now we're getting to the point of should be dropping and not coming back. But that's taking a ton of volume right now. Wow. Somebody is buying a lot. There's break. That might have been a pretty good microscope again, just shorting off of that. Take 1,000 shares as soon as these guys are gone. Just get out. Could have been a pretty solid trade. I mean, they're still here. Yeah, I probably would have been close to 1,000 shares. Should have been close to 1,000 shares on it. I don't think EFI's got anything here. Probably didn't end up making actually a pretty decent setup again here. It's just the volume drop off is just ridiculous. Like, I don't know what happened here. Tried to break underneath, bought back up immediately. And, it's kind of a slow grind up now. So still really not seeing much. Alright, so EFI just broke out of this triangle. I just saw it, just finished drawing, just ticked above higher here. I'm wondering if it fails this, if there's going to be a good short. Definitely stop at 30. Spread's got to be a little wide. Yeah, I got stuff straight back under. I don't like how the moving averages are on top of price though, but I really like that low volume attempt to move higher out of that. We'll see what happens if it wants to do it again. I think I just need to wait for a little more confirmation. I think I'd be too early to be entering in right now. But 500 shares is possible here. Clear support the whole number too. SPY just won't stop again, just keeps trending higher. I think it's about to make a new high day here. See what happens right now. Just poked above. Might have to go a little smaller now. Oh yeah. That is not a great sign. I can't use a limit order. 13 is just a little. That might be the best I get. I feel like I can get something better in the 20s. Might have to go about 300 shares. was the first time it tested below the 9 in a while. Well, that should have been it. It should have just lost it there. Oh, jeez. Got some big numbers going off in the tape. Buyers can no longer maintain a higher price here, so I mean it looks like this is failing. But I want a good entry on it. I don't want to be chasing anything. I think 20 is a little too ambitious now. I might be lucky if I get another retest to 20. But so far that is not looking great. What is that? Just 2,000 on the volume. It's like a little tiny chunk. That was it. I think one final test of this 20 here, and if it starts failing, I can get in somewhere underneath the 10. We'll try 350. We'll see what happens. But so far, this is weak. I mean, that is absolutely nothing. I want to see a test higher, and I just want to see it get stuffed. Yeah, I think this is the only thing I'm looking at right now. There's nothing else doing anything. There's 20. And there's back at 08. Taking this. Stop is going to be about 22. I think it's only about 15 cents right now. I think I just need to have it in right now because this thing can easily start spiking any and every direction here. So I want to have it in just to make sure. Uh-oh. Hopefully we hold it. Too bad. It looked good for a second, but I mean that's just the chance I take. Good volume on that push, but we're just completely different now. I think back in under 08, I need to get back into this. it's just really low volume. The SPY looks like it's getting ready to drop here too. Well, now we're holding above the moving averages again. I don't know, I'll have to come back to it. Okay, so a couple things right now. Number one, I am not going to be under $100 today. No matter what, I'm walking away today with plus 100. So this next trade that I'm going to take, if I'm taking it, I'm only going to be risking about 60 bucks. So the only thing I'm looking at right now is about Apple. So SPY's been failing from a high a day here, come back towards its VWAP, and the FANG stocks are just looking really weak right now. They just had a bunch of big red moves. SPY has yet to have had that red move, but I'm imagining that if it does, once it does, if Apple has come back to VWAP for a nice retest here, it could be a pretty good short. Had a strong open, lost it, lost this too, couldn't hold any higher, came back to VWAP, beneath all the moving averages. Gotta wait to see what plays out here. Can definitely get pretty big on Apple. SPY's trying to pull up here. So the SPY's bouncing from VWAP. So far, not great. Stop will be 96. I'd like to see one more though. Don't want to see it leave me yet. Oh, SPY's red. SPY's about to lose it. If it leaves me, it leaves me. Hope it doesn't. Just want to see one more test. I always want to see two. Yep, SPY's about to lose it. Well, now it doesn't look that good for a short at all. It's supposed to leave and not come back. Alright, Tesla's looking pretty interesting too here. So the SPY just lost VWAP. It broke down pretty hard here. Tesla's coming back up to VWAP, but for the most part, definitely pretty weak here. The 90 EMA on the 5 minutes right here, and the 20 right in the low 348 here. But it's a low volume pullback off of a really nice move underneath here, and if the SPY wants to keep moving lower, I can only think that it's going to help. So just want to see some kind of 50 test here. I'm giving up on Apple. Apple just, it's just too fishy. It's just not breaking down. It's had 5 opportunities now to move lower, and it just hasn't done it, regardless of what the SPY is doing. So it's really not trying too hard there. Alright, this will be good, because we're kind of entering into a range here. And if we get that fake push higher out of this range, definitely tells me we're ready to go short. Things looking pretty weak at the moment. Just gotta see if I get what I want on Tesla. Having some trouble. It's 349 and there's a hidden seller there. It looks like we're trying to get above him too. Nope, I'll have to come back to it. Okay, I'm watching FISV here. There's been a hidden buyer at the 70 level for quite some time, and we're starting to see some huge volume, but we're just not going anywhere. I'm wondering, I mean, the market's dropping really hard right now. We've lost about almost a point here in the past, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. But I'm wondering if I want to get long in front of this, because we had higher time frame, really good volume coming up above this. I think what I want to see is we actually do break underneath this 70 and get bought back up. But we keep holding it, and I don't know what we're waiting for here. The SPY finally bounced up. I'm looking at FTC too, since this is one of the stocks that follows it. Man, look at all of that volume. Just not going anywhere. FTC's got like a hidden seller situation too. Or yeah, a hidden seller instead of a hidden buyer. It is almost a mirror image of FTC and FISV here. Ah, we just broke under. There it is. Yeah, FTC is doing the same thing. See what happens on this move though. If this gets bought back up. It's a low of 84, 83. I mean, there's a case here for a solid long. So far, so good. 500 is too much. I think 300 is going to be it. That is not a great candle. Alright, guess we're just gonna lose it. No trades. Okay, I'm not sure I've been looking at the right thing. I keep looking at FISV, but the real issue here is FDC having struggles above this 70 level. So if I keep looking at FTC or FISV to make a move higher, when there's a hidden seller on the one stock that's going to have problems with, well, maybe I just need to look at the one stock that's having problems with, because there's still a strategy if we get above this 70. I could easily expect to see a big short squeeze from this. See what happens. is getting stuffed. So that is surely not a good sign for FISV. Unless FTC can start holding higher. Yeah, that was a very weak breakout. I did not expect that. I just feel like there's a trade around here somewhere. That is definitely the bottom. And this one was the top. Still kind of is. Is there another hidden buyer here again at 70? Somebody really wants to see this thing go higher, and the other person really wants to see FTC go lower. And stop loss, very clearly, just right underneath the stuff. I'm just trying to watch FTC along with this here, because I wonder, you know, if FTC is going to make that move higher, I'm sure FISV is going to do the same thing. We got good volume coming up on that first breakout. Now we're just starting to hold this 70. And I mean, as long as this 70 holds, I got a super great risk reward setting here. I mean, I'm literally only risking like 5 cents. FTC might be trying to make a push here. See if there's some kind of correlation. Might be able to catch it before it breaks. If FTC starts moving, we'll see how fast I can be. There. There it is. I'm going for this. Stop will be right underneath again. We just got that fake breakdown lower, so stop is going to be 90. I'm expecting to see something here, because if FTC's hidden seller is finally out of the way, FISV finally has a reason to go higher here. So it looks like we're doing good so far here. God, I got an 11. Man, that's not a good fill. I'm taking some risk off here because I don't like, one, my entry is pretty poor, so I'm gonna end up risking up too much more than I wanted to, and two, we're supposed to see a little break here. Obviously until FTC does the same thing, we're probably not going to, but overall things look pretty good. Just might, you know, be stuck holding for a little bit. See, any pushes into 40. We just closed that, oh jeez, the 20 on the 5-minute chart is right on top of price. I had a moment until this candle closed that just jumped down 20 cents. So now I'm sure it's going to start acting as good resistance. Not on FTC though. FTC can obviously still run higher. And I think FISV is going to depend here. Maybe that 20 is not going to matter too much if FTC ends up going higher. FTC's got a little bit of room too. Well, FTC's got plenty of room. It doesn't have to worry about any moving averages. Take a little more. Very good break. It's just a matter of time. Just had to wait. Had to be patient. Just gotta deal with what I gotta deal with. Take a little more. It's probably gonna be my last trade on the day. I want to make sure I'm not giving anything. $40 is going to be an obvious problem. Same with 78 over here on FTC. See what happens. Decent push so far. Oh yeah, FTC likes it too. Another decent little push here, looking pretty good. In that case, I guess I gotta worry about 60 here. And not even 60 right at where it's at right now. Yep. I need to. There's just no reason to try and hold through everything. Not 100% sure what FTC looks like either. Yeah, FTC should run into some problems right here too. Yeah, it's definitely a good spot to take some off. A little bit of stuff action there, it's no problem. Again, I'd like to hold on to this as long as I can. Let's see. If I only got SPY, actually might be a decent short too. I might have to look for that one. I mean, it consolidated really nicely above VWAP. It's down X%. The other stocks looking just as strong. It could definitely, I mean, we're getting towards that point where it can start trending, you know. So let's see, if I let this 100 run all the way back against me, that is only going to be another like $30. So that's not a problem. So I'll just let this one go then. I'll let it go as long as it wants. Just let it give me the new stop loss. So the SPY though, just had a nice big breakdown here, come back towards VWAP. Moving averages are kind of a little choppy here on the higher time frame. But I like this area for a short, and I like this area on the higher time frame even more than this on the daily for a short. Let me gather my plan real fast. I mean, it just went, oh man, well, damn dude, I guess I missed it. Higher time frame, it failed to break out from a channel, came right back to that channel and VWAP, and it is clearly failing here. I wonder if that's going to affect FTC at all. It doesn't look like it. Bought back up hard. Bought back up hard and failed even harder. It's having trouble. Coming back here. Down to the 7. Well, I didn't expect that much of a downturn, but it's still low volume. I think I still want to hold here. It only coming right back to the point that it broke from. I'll get out here if it... Yeah, there it is. Oh, that was a little disappointing. Might rebase, who knows. Is there anything on Apple? No, not really. What about Baba? Baba's been pretty strong this whole time. I think I missed any chance, though. I don't like it for a short. So nothing yet. We'll see. I might find something soon. Alright, I'm watching Baba here. Baba's definitely making an interesting case for a long. So the SPY... Baba's been following it for the most part here. What time is that? So SPY found that bottom at 10... Or Baba found the bottom at 10:45. Baba did the same thing. SPY did the same thing. Pulled back, attempted to move higher there. At 11 o'clock, right at about 11, and SPY fell off pretty hard from that, but Baba did not fall really hard from that. It has been following it up, so I'm thinking that Baba just pulled back to it, could give me a better case for an entry here, but if the SPY is just gonna bounce and take off and move higher, I'm not gonna get my chance for that entry. At the moment, it's not looking like it, so we'll come back to it. Okay, I'm looking at Netflix here. I haven't really made a choice what I want to do yet because the SPY is really strong, but it's coming back to this level, this 354 level, opened right at it, and clearly acting as good resistance. We're getting above VWAP on it, but the moving averages are not helping or hurting really. Clear some above, plenty under. Higher time frame, I guess 15. It actually looks pretty good for a short. Haven't looked at the volume yet. I've been growing on this move higher, but I'm just wondering if there's a trade here or not. Now we just broke back to the bottom of that range, and we did break under it just by a penny. Yeah, I might just lose it right now. But it's a weird spot for a long, too. And the SPY's still ripping higher here. We just touched 68, so 66. Decent spread. Not 400 shares. Do I want to get long here? Aim for the break of this 354, because I bet if it does break it, it's got a decent chance to really be a runner again. $84, $81. I mean, we fake push lower, just got engulfed. I mean, it looks pretty bullish. I mean, the SPY is still looking great too. I think if I get one more retest, I need to be long this. Even bring this a little closer. It's gonna matter what the SPY does here. Some topping out action, maybe. This doesn't have to be a bad sign here. If it doesn't reach as low as it once did before, can still be a good case for a long. But now we need to get back up above 40. Nope. Don't think so. So now I got 42. If it gets bought back up, like the SPY's doing. Again, good case for a long here. Lots of green on the SPY, gotta like that. I'm going for this. Somebody, anybody. Nope. It's not responding to the SPY. That just tells me it's going to be a good short now. I just need to leave it alone. It's good I acted on it though. I mean, the opportunity was there, but as soon as it's not there, it's just not there anymore. Yeah, there was nothing. There was no interest. I need to quit staring at it. I don't think it's going to do anything for me. Oh, well, Tesla. Stop under 349 for sure. It's trying to break higher. It's 55 and 57, so it did just bust out of that range. Clear issues at that 75. Volume's growing over here. was right at point of control on the day too. Tesla's an interesting case for a long as well. Higher time frame, definitely good. It's had big green volume each time on these come-ups here, and a lower volume pullback. But I'm thinking it just depends on the SPY again. You know, the SPY might get bought back up again here. Tesla wants to make a move. It's just hit low 92. See what happens here. But SPY doesn't like this. And Tesla doesn't like this. Definitely answered the case. Yeah, Netflix failed. Tesla's getting bought up. SPY getting bought up a little bit. It's bigger red volume than the green that it had on the breakout. Yeah, I don't like the SPY either. But Tesla's holding. It's trying. Nope, don't think so. Okay, I'm watching Tesla again here for a possible long scenario. It's setting up right now for a new stop loss. We'll see if it gets bought back up. The SPY's making me a little iffy. SPY didn't reach as high. Tesla tried to go higher, but failed, obviously because of the SPY. But if I see some bullish signs here start coming in, I'll get in on this one for a long because higher time frame looks great. 5 minute just had that breakdown, got bought straight back up. 15 minute starting to close above a little bit. That volume. Uh-oh. Might miss my chance here. Oh, dude. Now I'm just praying for a pullback. That's annoying. Alright, but now we gotta see it hold again. That's the issue. So this gets you. I only got to 95. So I'll go 90. That's only about 30 cents here. Going for this. See if I can get filled. If I'm oh so lucky. Because the SPY's starting to spike here. I think it's only a matter of time before it starts hitting the ask and moves higher. Damn, dude. Tesla's not taking off though. Nobody seems to be buying into this. I would expect a really nice break if it can get above, but look at the SPY. SPY's just taking off. Tesla doesn't want to. Gotta get above 75. Well, that's interesting. coming right up on it. Now it's coming back. Well, I definitely don't like it for a short. I don't know if I like it too much for a long now either, but I mean, we keep making these higher lows here. It is right on top of the point of control on the day too. So I mean, if we can get away from this, this should be a really nice long. Let's say $200 on a 40-cent loss is only $80, so I'm not risking everything. Looking like it wants to come back again here. There it goes. What's it gonna do? Not great. And the SPY's turning back down here. I don't know, something about this just tells me I really like it for a long. But I mean, we just failed that push higher. Let's see what happens on this retest here. I don't think I want to go too big on this. It's just come back again for another little VWAP retest here. As the SPY's coming up again. That's back. Higher time frame tells me this Tesla is really trying to go long. I mean, it is at a really good breakout spot. Try and just get 100 here, see what happens. I have to keep stepping up apparently. And SPY turning down again. Don't like it. I don't want to get caught on the way down. Alright, so we got a low of 95, low of 93, 91-ish. See what it does here. If this gets bought back up, then it might just be finally time that it wants to move. SPY got bought back up. See what Tesla does. Looks like it stepped up. The spread got a little tighter there. SPY looks like it's getting ready to push high, or not high day, but that recent range again. Oh, as soon as I say something. Very low volume under VWAP here. And hopefully the SPY comes back. Got a really nice clear stop loss here on Tesla. That's a good looking sign. SPY got ball back up. See what happens. I just saw the SPY start dropping again. Stop's gonna be in, just in case. In fact, I'm gonna give it a little bit more space than that, because I saw a 90 a bunch of times. Killing me, man. Got filled on the way down. I guess that's the only way to get filled, but that SPY keeps looking stronger and stronger here. And as long as Tesla can hold this level, then I'm in the okay here. Just looking for a solid break above this range. I'll take off in 50s. But we need to start seeing something blast off here. Especially the SPY, because if the SPY keeps getting up here, it's going to eventually fail one of these times. One way or the other. And it's wicking again up there. Alright, something's going on with SPY at that 52, 53. Alright, looks like SPY got above, or it's just right on it again. If it hits 54, then it's out of that range. Okay, just touch 54, see what happens here. Killing me, man. Gotta be patient, gotta respect the levels, let it play out. SPY's not looking fantastic. It attempted to move higher, kinda getting stuff back under. Getting bought up a little bit here. Tesla's trying, it looks like. I need to move the SPY chart for a minute. Need to see that one for sure. And it looks like it's getting ready to lose it here. Yeah, SPY's losing it too. There it goes. Where'd it get out? 76? Okay, that's alright. Oh, that was annoying. It was a B setup. I mean, I took my chance, so that is what it is. I'm gonna take a little break here for a second and come back and do a review. Alright, so I am done for the day. Looks like SPY just absolutely lost it after it lost that point there. but I wasn't here, nor was I really even looking for any more trades to take. So plenty happened today, tons and tons of stuff. I wonder if Tesla actually would have been a good short there. Well, clearly yes, but a smart short anyway. So let's see. The first trade that I took was on EFII for an opening range breakout higher. Gapping down really big. I know sometimes, there's just an overreaction. Stocks make a comeback, do whatever. And if the sets up, then I'm more than happy to get in on it. So I took 250 shares long at 09, which I'm pretty sure my entry was probably at 02 or 03. So a little bit of slippage there, but not anything terrible. As usual, early in the morning, take off a majority into my profit target. Clip my profit target, took it off, left another 50 to ride. Ended up taking half off of that 50 and another half there. So I mean, really good trade there. Good management, so it's off to a pretty good start on the day. Later on, noticed that it was making a triangle. Clearly more a bull flag than a bear flag, but because of the situation at the time, I was thinking it could have been a good short because we had just broken underneath this trend line here. So we broke underneath that trend line, underneath the moving averages. The 5-minute wasn't exactly in play on the higher time frame, but it was close. So we broke underneath, got bought back up a little bit on good volume, and then I noticed that there was just a super low volume pullback. So we got that quick spike above back into this 20 that it's been struggling with, and as soon as it came back underneath, I got in 400 shares there with a stop just above it, and I just got stopped out. I think this was a great trade, honestly. I just didn't get the follow through that I was looking for. I mean, obviously the whole number is going to act as a pretty good support here, and the other indicator might have been, it broke underneath that 22, low at 22 or 21.99, and then we didn't get any good breaks or anything. But overall, I just liked it. It looked pretty good. It pretty much disregarded the SPY the entire time, so that was 10.15. 10.15. SPY actually was topping out at high a day, getting ready to roll lower, so it wasn't helping nor hurting. But I don't know, that one was a little disappointing that it just didn't work out. Looks like BABA was the next trade that I took. I really like the BABA trade, and there's a reason that I really like the BABA trade, and I'm gonna introduce my new little technique thing finally. So originally BABA weak open, as SPY was actually having a strong open. Eventually BABA found some strength underneath, bought back up really hard, really fast, right above VWAP there. Good volume too, so I looked for it to hold, kind of continue with the SPY strength is what it was doing. So my entry was at 950, and at 950 the SPY had just topped up from high a day. It was pulling back a little bit. So if my entry was at 950, 951, it was taken off. The SPY was not helping in this situation, but I was doing its own thing. So it came up, really good volume. Pretty much an engulfing candle on the 5-minute. Pulled back, consolidated once, nice little bounce here. Pulled back again, made an attempt lower. As soon as it came back up, I was in on it. Took 400 shares long at 38. Probably could have done a little bit better than 38, but is what it is. Either way, I knew I was in a good spot because trade immediately in my favor. Looks like it turned down against me, only just barely. But was taken off as soon as we got above this little recent high here, and then just kept taking more off as we made new highs, and then took the last little bit here off at new high a day above 153. Is a really nice move. And then waited until it gave me a new stop loss to get out the rest, and ended up being a good call, and just kind of drove back lower. Might have been a good long again somewhere else in there, but it just doesn't look that clean. So that was definitely a nice setup there. That was a good trade too. Then it looks like next was FISV. So FISV was another situation where it set up pretty nicely. Took a long time to really figure out when and how I wanted to do this, but I was really patient. I was really good on this one for waiting until the right time to get into this. So FISV and FTC are synced up. I think it was FISV is buying FTC, so their price action is relatively the same. So originally I was looking at this. I think something like that. So it had a really weak sell-off, weak open, came back to view up once, bounced, made a higher low, made a higher high, higher low, and then it started making a triangle in here. And so around here is when I started looking at things, seeing if there might be a trade any direction. Initially got this breakout here, decent volume, started pulling back a little bit towards this 70, and then I noticed it was consolidating pretty nicely. I told myself if it breaks underneath this 70, gets bought back up, could be a good situation for it to go long, except FTC had the issue of a hidden seller here at this 2070 level. So I knew that no matter how bullish FISV wants to be, if FTC isn't going to break this hidden seller here, chances are we're just not going to go anywhere. So I was about 1050. So 1050 is when that seller broke. So it was just on that little break from the triangle, pulled back. FTC kind of doing the same thing, and then I was just waiting for it to move higher, and I got pretty much every trigger imaginable. At this point I was up like $160 on the day, I think, and I didn't want to give so much back that I would have been underneath 100, so I only wanted to risk about $60. I ended up taking 500 shares. My entry was a little late. I think I wanted to get about 05 or something. So at that point I was 500 shares long with a risk of about 20 cents. So I mean, I'm risking that full 100, and I wasn't intentionally trying to. So I took a little bit off immediately to reduce my risk, because at this point I was expecting to get a big breakout. I really didn't get it at the moment. I just had to wait a little bit more, but I think it's okay that I took that one off, because I adjusted my risk in the middle of the trade. I was too big, and I didn't intentionally mean to be that big. So then trade just progressed. Just ended up breaking out of this range, having a nice move. Broke the recent high here at this 70.40. You know, I didn't talk about that BABA thing. And just took off more into it. But it was later in the day, so I knew that this could be the point where it starts trending higher and continually trends higher. So I left the last 100, you know, just for that cause. And I mean, really, what it did was absolutely fine. You know, it came back to the point of entry, the point that it last held, VWAP 50, the 70 level. You know, there's hidden buyers down there. Once we ended up breaking them, getting bought back up, you know, there's clear support down there, and it just trended higher from that point on. And I mean, if I held through that first retest, which I think I probably should have, I mean, I still see no reason to get out of this. I mean, I might still be holding on to those shares. Yeah, it kind of stalled here a little bit above 71. Close to high day, but not close enough. Yeah, I might still be holding on to those shares. So I think I did make the mistake of exiting too early on that one. Then I wasn't done yet. Plenty of other opportunities elsewhere. Things setting up all over the place. Tesla is definitely a B setup. But ultimately, I just liked the way that it was going. It looked really good for a long scenario, but I mean, there's plenty of warning signs that it wasn't going to go long. I mean, it failed break out of that triangle, failed break out of that triangle, failed break out of that triangle higher, but we just kept stepping higher and higher. The SPY was moving higher and higher. So I mean, I was just waiting for that opportunity for it to give me some kind of trap trader scenario, just anything. So higher high, lower low here, but I guess ultimately a higher low. Attempt, put it in, my stop loss here. Attempt again, came back underneath, did break lower, but I was bought back up same time as the SPY was doing this. I mean, SPY was making these massive buyback wicks, so I was like, okay, if this thing does want to move, I mean, if the SPY wants to move, could definitely get a solid move here. Just never got it. SPY gave up, and then that was the end of it. I wish I caught it earlier. I might have been able to save myself some money on this by exiting somewhere around the 90, because as soon as the SPY started giving out again, I just knew that was the end of the trade. I just needed to get out, cut my losses. But yeah, definitely a B setup. Not the greatest, but I think the chance was definitely there for some kind of recovery. So finish of the day plus 134. I made back most of my losses that I've had on Monday. Definitely got to be happy about that. I mean, I'm seeing plenty of opportunities. There was a bunch of trades that I missed. Goldman Sachs was a really good long in here. There's plenty of, I think there was a good Baba short. I think this one here, I could have caught that one too. But the thing about this Baba trade, so I've started incorporating volume profile into my charts. And what this line in here is the point of control at overall for the day, and then this big red line is the point of control for the entire visible range that I'm showing in my charts here. So I'm going to change this down there and more move it. So the thing that I was looking at, I still was looking at it on the 1 minute chart, but right in here, where's that here? So I was looking at this chart right about here whenever Baba had just come back and started consolidating above that VWAP, just right in here. I know that's at the 40, so the point of control of this current range, just right in here, considering all of this too, because this is for the overall day, this is just for the moment. It was at 152.46, so I know that tells me that most buyers and sellers are all average right here. So if we and Baba are consolidating around that range, just underneath it after a bullish sentiment here, there's plenty of shorts that are going to look to get out up here if it does break above this range. There's plenty of longs looking to get in here just like me, also added to their position. Longs in here, you know, come back up to that point of control, add into it, maybe sell into it, but either way, we had that break, had a nice little squeeze here, and took profits accordingly. So that's kind of the new thing that I'm working with. Pre-market charting, you know, same situation, just looking at other levels that may be of interest. Clearly here on SPY, this 151, or Baba 151, is a pretty big support level. So I mean, you know, in the future, it's just something to pay attention to. But intraday definitely helped me on the Baba trade. Didn't help me too much on anything because the point of control was further away in some situations and others not so much. I want to see actually this FISV trade. So I took that long right about here. Yeah, the point of control was just underneath, so overall longs. Okay, so it did. Right before that break, it switched right to 70. So I mean, just another case that adds to the cause, I guess. Either way, pretty decent day. Kind of unhappy with P&L, but what does that really mean? You can't be unhappy with P&L. I think I took good trades today, and that was the goal. That's what I did. Happy about it. Plenty of review, plenty to type up, got some data work to do, and I'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for watching.